This is Sirenum.
Hello everyone, welcome to this 15-minute high-level overview of Sirenum Dynamic Workforce Management. My name is Ewan Clark, I'm a pre-sales engineer with Sirenum. Without any further ado, let's go into the maps. As we can see here, this is a visual representation of the current state of your business. Each of these pins represents a work location and a shift ongoing at that place. The operational status of each of the shifts is represented by a different colour. If we start with green is an ongoing shift where the worker has checked in. This is a shift that we can relax, we don't need to action this at all, and we can rest assured that Bonita is currently working at the Sacred Heart Gospin ward. She was scheduled to start at 9 and she started at 9. If we move on to the blue represents a worker who has checked in using My Sirenum's On My Way functionality. This means that Brian is scheduled to start at 2. He has checked On My Way on his app, and we can be assured that he will be there on time. Now the red pin represents a problem. The red pin represents a shift that has not been covered. So Carolyn was supposed to start work at 9 at the Sacred Heart ER, but unfortunately she has not turned up. Now, the last pin colour, yellow, is an at-risk shift. The yellow pin is how we can prevent a red pin from occurring. This is how your business can change from being a reactive to proactive. Sirenum itself, the word, comes from siren. A siren is a way of warning you when danger is approaching before it approaches. Now let's look at how we can find a replacement for this shift and prevent that red pin from occurring. So let's move from the map to the scheduler. Now the scheduler is the beating heart of Sirenum. This is where the majority of our users spend most of their time, and as you can see, it is based on a spreadsheet. Along the top you have the days of the week, the very top is the requirements, and down the left side we have our workers. Each of these boxes represents a shift, and Sirenum is there to answer the 4 questions, the 4 W's. Where, what, when, and who. For example, this shift here on Wednesday is at the Sacred Heart ICU. It is for an ICU attendant. It is from 2 until 9, and it has been assigned to Aaron Clark. There are some other shift objects here as well. We can see the blue here is a request shift. This means that a worker has used the app to request this particular time. This will up their ranking in the matching engine, which we will explore in more detail later. The black represents unavailability. So either a whole day or potentially a particular portion of the day for a particular reason. In this example, Alice has got the dentist from 8:30 until 11:30. They can also book in holidays as well. Barbara has clearly used some of her annual leave here. Now there's some more icons on each of these shifts that I would like to draw your attention to. Sirenum's compliance module is built into the scheduling. So moving from the order of least severe to most severe, this green icon here represents a missing ticket. Now a ticket is a piece of compliance that has been assigned to an individual worker. In this case, Barbara is missing a ticket for an induction into the ICU. However, this is a low priority. It means we can still schedule Barbara for this shift, but it might be worth giving her a call and seeing if we can get that induction booked in. A medium compliance issue for Augustine, in this example, he is missing 3 years of reception experience. Again, we could book it in, but this is something that should be drawn to our attention faster. Finally, we have a red compliance issue. Now this is a fatal breach of compliance. In this case, Alice is missing a right to work. We would not be able to publish and schedule the shift for her until this compliance issue was dealt with. But how do we create all of these shifts? Now, one of the key principles of Sirenum is that it is intuitive and easy to use. I won't say anything more, I will simply create a shift. And it is that quick. This is using one of the templates. So if we have a client or a particular department that we are aware has many last-minute requirements, we can create a variety of shift templates in order to pull the rate card information for the financials, the location, the job type, the compliance, all of it together into one tidy package. Once we've created that shift, we now need to assign it to a worker. To do this, we will use the matching engine. We simply go to the open shift functionality, and this will search through our entire database to find the best matches for this particular role. We can see here that we have a variety of different percentages. If we look at Aaron, we can see that he has plus points for working on similar shifts, he has all the right tickets, and he lives very close to the work site. Lydia, on the other hand, she has the tickets, but she hasn't got previous experience, and she lives considerably further from the work site. But in this particular example, we want someone urgently, so we will simply click available staff and broadcast this to our entire workforce. Now, by clicking save, I've broadcast this shift to all of the available workforce. In this particular example, I'm Aaron Clark. I can see that a notification has appeared. If I open my Sirenum, then I will see the job offer has appeared there. I can see again the when, the where, and the what. Let's go ahead and accept that shift. Now back on the scheduler, when I refresh, this shift will drop from the requirements bar down to my particular row. There's a variety of other functionality that we can look at on the My Sirenum app. It's an incredibly intuitive platform for workers to use. Adoption rates are extremely high. If I go to shifts, I can see my future shifts. I can also see my past shifts as well. I can also book my availability using the calendar. Simply tap once for available, tap twice for unavailable. I can also see my gross pay. This will come up with a variety of timesheets. This is an incredibly useful device to prevent any bottlenecks in your business come payday. If we go back to the home, then there we can see that confirm button. That is the on my way functionality that will turn that pin blue. And I can also start my shift. Starting my shift will mean that we get into the time capture element of My Sirenum. So let's return to the scheduler and see what that looks like. We can see now that the requirements shift has got this small icon here that shows that it has been broadcast to the workers. If I hit refresh, we'll see that it drops down to Aaron Clark. The thumbs up there shows that he has accepted the shift, and the O represents that it is ongoing. He has in fact clocked in already. The little I icon represents published to the worker, A represents at risk, and here we can see the clock shows that actual hours have been captured. So Aaron's shift yesterday, he clocked in a couple of minutes early and left a few minutes late. Now before we move on from the scheduler, there are a few other elements that it's important to note on this. Just like with a spreadsheet, the functionality is extremely easy to use. I can copy and paste shifts, I can drag shifts, and I can delete shifts. It is a very, very quick and powerful tool that will enable either a consultant or line manager or HR manager to maintain operational control of their workforce and prevents missed shifts. The final aspect of Sirenum that we'll be touching on today is the reporting and analytics. Sirenum is based on the Salesforce platform. The Salesforce platform is the most successful CRM in the world, mainly due to its unmatched real-time reporting. If we jump over here, we can see just an example dashboard which will provide you with an at-a-glance image of the operational status of your business. In this particular example, we have the number of shifts that have been missed in sites, we have an ongoing story of how many shifts we have can have financial information, we can have the time to fill the shift in seconds, and indeed some of our clients have got their shift fill time down to around 7 seconds. We can see employee pay and charge, the number of timesheets per week, there is a huge amount of information that can be drawn from Sirenum into reporting. Absolutely any custom field can be reported on within Sirenum. This now concludes our whistle-stop tour of the Sirenum Dynamic Workforce Management solution. Thank you very much indeed for listening.